Every shot you make is one less that I have to do.
Caitlin Clark's long-anticipated video with Dude Perfect just dropped, and it's already going viral. The timing couldn't be better for her supporters, or worse for her critics. While Caitlin is currently out with an injury, the WNBA is struggling with dropping attendance, lower buzz, and fading momentum. Meanwhile, this video is grabbing massive attention and making one thing very clear. Caitlin Clark is the main reason many people are tuning into the WNBA. The surge in views shows just how big her impact really is, something the league and some in the media haven't fully embraced. Maybe it's time they welcomed her fans instead of pushing them away.
That's the worst part of all this, is the new fans are sucking the life out of the WNBA right now. It's just the truth.
What happens while Caitlin is sidelined could have a lasting impact on the WNBA, especially when it comes to how players are paid in the future. The stakes are higher than many are willing to admit. And this new Dude Perfect video, besides being fun to watch, is only making the league's current struggles more obvious. Let's take a look at some of the incredible shots from the video. But before we dive in, go ahead and like this video if you're excited to see Caitlin's skills, and subscribe for more updates on her journey.
The Hinkle Heave.
The Hinkle Heave, here we go!
A few months back, the teaser for this video hit YouTube, and it blew up. One standout moment was Tyler making an incredible long distance shot from the stands while Caitlin Clark watched. That clip alone sent fans into a frenzy. It quickly pulled in 13 million views in just a few days. Since then, everyone's been eagerly waiting to see what Caitlin would bring to the full video. And now, it's finally here.
One went in.
3, 2, 1. Oh!
This video showcases over 50 different three-point shots, Caitlin's specialty. But it's more than just a highlight reel. It's a major introduction of Caitlin to a huge new audience. And that's big news for the WNBA. Here's why. Dude Perfect isn't just another YouTube channel. They're giants in the sports world online. With more than 60 million subscribers and over 18 billion views, they actually have more followers than the NBA's YouTube channel. They're mainstream, family-friendly, and hugely popular with younger fans. The exact kind of audience the WNBA needs if it wants to grow for the long term. Caitlin has already shown she can draw in fans. Just look at Indiana Fever games. They've become family outings, packed with parents and kids. So when she appears in a Dude Perfect video, it opens the door for millions of people who might never have thought about watching the WNBA to finally give it a shot. And this isn't like a quick Nike ad or a State Farm commercial. This is long-form content, and Dude Perfect is the best in the game at it. What makes their videos so powerful is that no matter how famous the guest is, they treat them like part of the crew. They joke around, have fun, and pull off wild trick shots. It's real, lighthearted, and relatable. That's important. Viewers don't just see Caitlin as an athlete. They get to know her. They connect with her in a way a 30-second ad never could. And that connection builds loyalty, especially among younger fans. In short, when Caitlin does something like this, she's doing more to grow the WNBA than most official campaigns ever have. Just look at how past NBA players have blown up after working with Dude Perfect. It shows the kind of impact this can have next.
Oh, he's done it. He's done it.
Their videos with stars like Steph Curry and Luka Doncic have pulled in 15 to 20 million views each, and that's just the main videos. That doesn't even count the shorts and clips that rack up millions more. These aren't just fun YouTube moments anymore. They've become part of internet sports culture. Now, some people will argue that a WNBA player can't bring in the same kind of numbers as an NBA star. But here's the thing. Caitlin Clark is already proving that idea wrong.
You sure about that? Here's Clark. Wow! You bet!
Caitlin pulled in 1.3 million viewers for a preseason game. She's outselling some of the biggest NBA names in jersey sales, and her 2025 regular season games are already breaking records. I'll share those impressive numbers in a minute. So for anyone doubting the impact of this video, they're in for a surprise. This is the kind of mainstream crossover that doesn't just boost her popularity. It solidifies Caitlin Clark as a true superstar.
Out of women's basketball, for a horrible team when she arrived, outside of LeBron and Steph, she is the most well-known basketball player currently playing in the United States.
Oh, yes. And I don't think that's close.
Even right now, Caitlin Clark is arguably the most popular athlete in the country. And this dude-perfect video is almost certain to pull in tens of millions of views, not just from new viewers discovering her for the first time, but from her dedicated fans who'll watch it again and again. Wherever Caitlin goes, her fans are right there with her.
Next on the team, Caitlin Clark.
When Caitlin Clark played in the Athletes Unlimited Pro-Am, ticket sales didn't just go up, they skyrocketed, selling at 12 times the usual rate. Everywhere she goes, interest follows. The WNBA gets massive exposure and millions of new viewers without spending a dime on promotion. This dude-perfect collaboration is the same thing, but on a whole new level. And the timing couldn't be better, at least. For her fans. For her critics, though, it's a nightmare. It's shining a spotlight on just how badly they underestimated her. And the results are playing out in real time.
So this is being reported like wildfire, and it has just broken that Caitlin Clark is out with a left quad strain.
And Caitlin Clark is currently sidelined with a quad strain. Usually, a star missing a few games wouldn't be a huge deal, and she's already back in practice, shooting threes like it's nothing, so she's clearly on the road to recovery. But the WNBA itself is really feeling the impact of her absence.
I can personally confirm the pronounced change in interest in Fever games without Clark. A week ago, I bought 4 tickets on StubHub to take my sports-playing nieces to the Fever Mystics game in Baltimore. The tickets in the same row are now less than half of what I paid.
As soon as Caitlin was ruled out, ticket prices for Fever games dropped right away, even for big matchups like their rematch against the Sky. It's a clear sign fans aren't coming just for the team, the logo, or the league. They're coming for Caitlin.
The ticket prices have fallen more than 300% in less than 2 days.
Chicago Sky, Indiana Fever, from $86 48 hours ago to $25. And by the time June 7th rolls around, it might cost you a bag of Skittles and some Lay's potato chips to get in there.
These were tickets that sold for hundreds of dollars, all because of Caitlin. The Sky even moved their game to an NBA arena to handle the huge crowd she drew. But now that she's out, ticket prices have dropped sharply. That's a big warning sign. Last year, Caitlin Clark was the main reason attendance in the WNBA soared, and without her, that excitement is fading just as quickly.
319%. 319%. All other teams still grew by double-digit percentages. So let's not forget that. But they didn't grow by 319%. It was Caitlin Clark, which means she's largely responsible for the overall league attendance records.
And it's not just ticket sales that are falling. Now the league is facing a serious drop in TV ratings too.
The Storm vs. Wings gave you 339,000. The most watched WNBA game on NBA TV that did not involve Clark or the Indiana Fever. 339,000. WNBA hasn't seen any growth when it comes to the non-Caitlin Clark games.
Games without Caitlin Clark are pulling in modest or even disappointing viewership. But when Caitlin plays, the numbers tell a very different story.
It is the highest peak of any game. It is the second highest viewership, which is like average viewership. However, it was the highest peak of any game ever on CBS.
The Fever's game against the Liberty hit nearly 3.3 million viewers at its peak. That came right after the Sky Fever season opener, which averaged 2.7 million viewers, the most watched WNBA regular season game in 25 years. Now, with that in mind, picture Caitlyn's Dude Perfect video hitting 30 million views from new fans, while some WNBA games are drawing numbers that feel more like a casual ESPN show. It's not quite that extreme, but it sure feels that way. Even if this difference lasts only a few weeks, it's going to have a big impact on the future for WNBA players.
Players can't sit down at a collective bargaining table and say, we demand more because you're not giving us enough money. Because if Caitlin Clark is the only driver of your business, guess what? Not sustainable. Not CBA change-worthy.
The players chose to opt out of the current CBA, so they could push for a better deal. They wanted to capitalize on the Caitlin Clark effect, the boost in ratings, sold-out arenas, and growing sponsorships. But when they talked about it publicly, there was a bit of bravado in their tone.
But if y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
That's a possibility, for real.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of conversation here lately about a potential walkout. What are your thoughts on that?
And it's something that we're talking about internally, like to, be prepared for. Of course, no one wants that situation to happen, but I do feel like there's some topics that we have in mind that, we have to stand strong in what we believe in too. We have to stand up for what we feel is right and what we feel we deserve. And so while we don't want that situation to happen, of course, I think we're prepared for any possibility right now.